Today's wake up call is about focus. I'm big on personal development because, it's the how do I put it now? The cornerstone, of your foundation as a network marketer. You know, that's why I'm a big Robert Kiyosaki fan. He calls network marketing the perfect business, and his reasons are that it's a business that develops the whole person. You know, in life you're going to go through ups and downs, and you need some sort of fuel. You need to be fed every day so that you can focus on what on the end desire, on what you want to um, get out of this business and what you want to get out of life. You know, I found this training quite inspiring, and I thought I'd share it with you. Also, while that's playing in the background, I want you to have a sneak peek, if you like, over my shoulder. See exactly what I do on Facebook to generate between 5 and 7 leads every day. I've been doing that now consistently, on average, for the past 45 days. Okay, so I just wanted to have a look, and I hope it helps. I hope it refocuses your mind. For those of you in my team or my leads who are still on the fence, obviously those in my team are not on the fence anymore, but in those who are my leads who are still on the fence, take a look at this, listen to this wake up call while you go about your whatever you need to do today. Or if you've got 25 minutes to spare, just sit down and have a look. See what I do, listen to grand finale, and I shall see you on the next video. Okay, so let's get started. By the way, I'll show you where to find this. If you're a team member and you haven't quite familiarized yourself with your back office, this is where you need to go. So you need to go to training, the training tab, click on training library. Once you do that, that's going to come up, and then you click on wake up calls. Okay, so the latest wake up call was on the 14th, which was 3 days ago. But this is the one I have chosen today. So all you need to do is click on that, and that's going to pop up. Okay, so let's get started. So I'll just not say anything anymore until the video ends. You can see what I'll be doing on Facebook. Okay, how I generate leads every day.
Another day in paradise, my man. Just loving it, being able to live the lifestyle that we create by design. I mean, it's just really every time I wake up, I just kind of got to pinch myself and just say, wow, this is surreal, because, you and I, all the leaders in this industry, we don't really do anything special. We just do the thing, right? We just go out there, we get the leads, we build our businesses, man, and we start creating the results, and we start being able to paint this beautiful life, whatever it is. And it's, this is what it's about, man. And before I go on a rant here, can we, every time I do these, I always want the host to come and just share their story. I think there was about 60 or 70 people on when I just checked. There's usually about over 100, there's definitely over 100, about 3 minutes in. And if you're brand new to this community, guys, we do this call every single Monday through Friday, 11 o'clock Eastern. This is a quick, short burst of inspiration from one of our leaders, and you definitely deserve to hear, if you haven't, Steve Hawk's just short story and where he's come from, and kind of his experience, because he's a normal guy out in the trenches, getting the results. And if you don't mind, Steve, please come on up and share.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think my story probably will resonate with a lot of the people on this call. I was in the mortgage business in New York, doing pretty well for myself until the kind of this economic crisis, if you will, that we're involved in began to happen. And so I got involved in network marketing without having any prior experience back in 2009, the end of 2009, at the ripe old age of 45 years old. And luckily, I joined Smiley System Pro very early on in my network marketing career, and because I had no internet marketing experience, no real marketing experience at all. and consistently generate signups into my business. And thanks to Brian, Norbert, and Todd, I am now able to work full time from home and really live the lifestyle. So thanks Brian for that. And that's really that's really my story in a nutshell. And I guess what I would tell you is stay focused on your dream. Don't give up, and just keep moving forward.
Right on, man. And that's the coolest part of that is that now you're able to stay at home and do whatever you want and start building start working on a multiple six-figure and eventually seven-figure income, and being able to do it on your own time, and being able to do it from the comfort of your home, never have to miss a beat with your family. And guys, that's inspiring. That's what it's about, man, especially today. With the economy these days, up and down, so many people losing their 401ks, their jobs, worried about where, if they're going to get a paycheck next week, next month, therefore, being able to put food on the table. And a guy like Steve and myself and every other leader, just now able to not have to worry about that, just take control of their own lives and their own income, and that's what we have here. So, Steve, hats off to you, man. Congratulations, and thanks for taking interest today, buddy.
Thank you, Brian. You're very welcome.
Talk to you soon. Okay, all right, guys. So, real quick, guys, before we get into anything, updates, just really quickly. If you are a guest, first off, welcome. You definitely do deserve to take the trial. It's 2 weeks for $10. You're going to see when you get inside the community, the training you have access to is going to absolutely blow you away. But if you are a member, which is probably the majority of the people on this call, when you log in, if you go to the bonus tab, you're going to see a new special account bonus. And if you are a member, this is really nothing new. You've already had access to this training, but we did want to highlight it. There's a training back there right under that tab. It's highlighted. It's a new special account bonus, and you're going to see Michelle Alpha's Facebook training as well as Ray Higdon's Twitter training. The reason being, guys, is because these two are probably the most, if you want to start getting leads today, social media, everyone loves it. It's all over the place. And these strategies, while there is Facebook pay-per-click involved in Michelle Alpha's Facebook training, the remaining portion of her Facebook stuff and all of Ray's stuff is completely free. And Ray's generating over 10 leads a day with this Twitter training. It shows you exactly how to do it. And Michelle, on top of the Facebook stuff, if you have a couple bucks, great. It's a great way to start. Even if you don't, the Facebook stuff will get you generating leads today. All right, so if you are a member and you want to, maybe you're not at 5, 10, 15, 20 leads a day yet, these two trainings will help you get there. We'll take you by the hand and show you exactly what two of our AMT, which means two of our top 5 producers, the guys who are getting the leads, the guys who are getting the sign-ups, not only in MLSP but their primary company, these two are two of their favorite and highest producing strategies, and it's right there. Okay, so just go there if you're not generating leads, and just, one of them's I think about 80 minutes, the other one's about 90 minutes. And if you implement, as you go through this training, and just basically take it on a silver platter, hit pause, do exactly whatever they're telling you, and just implement it. Do it exactly on your computer. You have to generate leads, right? There's no way, if you follow this training, you're not going to not generate leads. Okay, if that makes sense. You're going to, if you actually implement and put in place what they're going to teach you in these two trainings, you can't help but start generating people to talk to. Start getting people in your pipeline. Okay, so just a heads up. And if you haven't already purchased your Live the Dream 2 ticket, you definitely deserve to. Just go to mlsp.com/. You can go to 3-year-bash. We just had our 3-year anniversary last September. Actually, this past September 2008 was really when we opened the doors through after a beta test. And so we've been helping network marketers generate over $3.5 million in commissions over the last 3 years. And last week on Wednesday, we put together a special package, and it's $200. You'll see the webinars you get access to, the trainings you're going to have access to, and you get a free ticket to the event. And if you already bought that, or if you already have bought your ticket to Live the Dream, okay, you can go to the bonus tab, and you can slide down to the Live the Dream 2 bonus training, and you'll see that Facebook training I just spoke about with Michelle Alpha's right there. And then you'll see Rob 4. Rob 4 was 2 weeks ago. And those are the 2 of the 8 that we have planned. They're recorded. this week we have tomorrow, the MLM brothers are going to show you how they're generating leads and how they're not only generating the leads, but moving them through a special process that they've designed through SEO to get them to sign up. And then on Thursday, we've got our number one guy, David Wood, a guy who sponsored over 2,000 people inside of MLSP alone, right? And he's been generating, I think, 1 to 2 people in his primary company on a daily basis over the last 2 years because of it. On Thursday, David Wood's going to show you how to do that. And this is where all of your recorded trainings, you're only going to get access to that if you take us up on the 3-year anniversary, which does end on Thursday, the 3-year-bash, $200. If you go through what is all of the trainers and what they're going to provide here, it's absolutely incredible that these guys agreed to do this for so cheap, for $200. On top of that, you get a Live the Dream 2 general admission ticket for free. That right there is a $200 value alone. Okay, so take us up on this offer, and then as the weeks go by leading up to the event, if you go to the bonus tab and you scroll down to Live the Dream 2 bonus training, this is where all of the recordings are going to show up. You know, again, for this week, we've got the MLM brothers as well as David Wood. Then we've got Ray Higdon the following week, and then the next week thereafter is Mark Hoverson, then Diane Hoffman. Then the week thereafter that is Dagan Smith, who is able to generate over 2,000 leads a day with the click of a button. And there's some really hot, really cool stuff. This guy's all about internet marketing. He does not like picking up the phone. So if you want to generate leads, these remaining 6, you also get access to the 2 prior, but these remaining 6 live webinars are going to show you how to do it. And you definitely deserve to get access to them. So if you go to mlsp.com/3-year-bash, that's the number 3-year-bash, it will explain everything, and I highly recommend you get this package for $200 before tomorrow evening, so you can join us live and you can actually ask questions not only tomorrow night with the MLM brothers, but throughout the remaining of the webinar series. Cool? This is the updates, and I've got just a couple minutes. Here's the secret, guys. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to let you in on something that is going to help you hopefully get through, you know, maybe the growing pains. If you're brand new, you're just figuring this stuff out. Here's a secret, guys. This is what has helped me get through. You know, when I got started, I learned some things, but one of the key takeaways, one of the biggest things that allowed me to stay in the game, okay, listen up, is just focus. Focus. Make sure that you're focusing on the right things. Okay, and what I mean by that is there are so many obstacles, guys, so many to-do things to get, you know, your business up and running, right, to start making you money. There's so many things that can steer you away from your goals, right? You've got to be very, 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 very careful on what you focus on. Okay, if you have the why in place, right? You build, you know, what is the purpose here? Why are you doing what you're doing? Right? What are the results that you're after? Write it down. Right? If you actually you start thinking about all the stuff, all of the things, the to-do list that you're going to have to do, you're never going to go anywhere. There's so many things to do. I mean, my God, we've got to set up autoresponders. We've got to set up domains. We've got to learn how to generate traffic. We've got to follow up with these people. We've got to make sure that, you know, then set up follow-up appointments if they have questions, send them the presentations. We've got to make sure that our you know, copywriting skills are up to date. We've got to make sure the prospecting tricks and techniques and skills that we bring on the phone, that they're actually going to work, they're going to convert. We've got to make sure, you know, we hit the training calls. We've got to make sure we plug into the trainings. We've got to make sure we've got to show up to these events. We've got to, you know, do this and that. And oh my God, guys, if you think about all this stuff, you know, all the skills and new things that you're entering and that you're going to have to learn, if you think about that, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not. All right, you're going to close the door before you even open it. You're going to stop before you even get started. But 99% of the people focus on it. It's like, oh my God, today I've got this much stuff to do. And it's overwhelming. And I get it. It is overwhelming. That's why people quit. Right? And it's kind of like, if you ever, I don't know if anyone on the call has ever done like racetrack training, but I have. And last year for Live the Dream 1, we were able to take about 10 of us, 10 people who we did fast action bonuses for. We took them out in Vegas. We put them in Ferraris. We put them in Audi R8s. We put them in A couple Lamborghinis. We put them in a couple BMWs and Lexus. Wasn't a Lexus. It was the fifth one. There's 5 different cars: Lambos, Ferraris, Audis. There was. That doesn't matter. It's not the point of the story. But in this training, guys, you're going, well over 100 miles an hour, and you're steering right around these turns where this is kind of. It was such an amazing experience because you're going, over 100 miles an hour into a turn that literally, if you go the wrong, if you just steer just the tiniest degree off, you're going to run into the walls. You're going to go off the track, and you're going to get hurt, right? And you've got the instructor right next to you, so hopefully, that helps you feel a little bit better. But the big takeaway here is that when you're going into these turns, and this is so true in life, they tell you, look, you're going to want to look into the wall. You're going to want to look, for example, if you're turning left, you're trying to get into this turn and go left, you're going to invariably, look to go right to make sure you're not going to hit the wall, right? To make sure you're going to stay away from the danger. Well, that doesn't work because your focus, whether you like it or not, is going to be, as human nature, you're going to want to avoid the pain. So you're going to, by default, look to the right, right? And they say that's the quickest way to a quick death in race car driving. I guarantee you. And they see it time and time again. And they will take, for me, for example, they took my head when I started going into, they would tell you this. They'd prep you, right? You look into where you want to go, right? You look straight at where you want to be, which would be to the left, which would be to the safe, right? Which would get to the goals. Look, I want to go left. I don't want to die, right? I want to complete this turn and keep racing. Right? And so when I went into my first turn, what happened, where do you think my brain went? It went straight to the wall, and I was going straight into the right. So the instructor, he very forcefully took my head. He didn't take the steering wheel. He took where I was looking, which was towards, in this example, this metaphor was towards all the crap that I got to get done today, all the to-do lists that I have to, get done, and all the things I have to do for my business, right? All the danger, all the things that could happen, all the negative self-talk, all the stuff that, what if it doesn't work, right? I was looking at that stuff in this race car towards the wall. He took my head. He shifted focus. He basically, it was almost like a punch to my jaw. He pushed my head all the way to the left to where I wanted to go, which is what he said in the first place, right? And again, didn't touch the steering wheel, didn't make the wheel go anywhere whatsoever. He just took my head and shifted focus, put towards where I wanted to go. And by golly, did I not, immediately turn from where I was going straight into the wall, because I was initially, by human nature, looking at all that crap, looking at that danger. I then pushed the wheel so hard that we started going, directly, we kind of went into a tailspin, but we avoided the wall, and we started going to where I wanted to go, to the goals, right, to the safety, to the place where I really wanted to be. All right, and I avoided dying that day, thankfully. But the correlation here, the takeaway, is that, guys, if you just focus on the whys and the results and where you want to go, right, you don't get hung up in the to-do list, right? You just basically just come in here and you breathe, right? If you have the outcome, the goals, if you got the results that you want and you understand why you're doing what you're doing, and you really have that deep-seated thing, like deep in your soul and your heart, like, why are you doing this? Right? Why in the hell are you on this wake-up call? It's 11 o'clock in the morning. Some people, we've got callers all throughout the globe. Some people might be like 3 or 4 in the morning. For the West Coast, it's 8. Right? Why are you doing this to yourself? Why have you made the commitment to yourself in this business, to your family, to whatever your dreams and goals are? Why?